If you know a business or hear a business that's on this, go out and thank them for being a part of this. Thank your sponsors. If you hear a sponsor, thank your businesses, your local ones, your ones in Belmont. Thank your Belmont businesses. Thank your Garner businesses, your 4A City, your Manly businesses, even there, you Central Springs fans still with us here. Go out and thank those businesses and tell them that you really do appreciate their support of GHV, Central Springs, Belmont, Garner Hayfield, Ventura, even our friends in Lake Mills and Britt and all around. Go out and thank those people to make it possible. It takes an army to do this, and we couldn't do it without them. Well, we've got a matchup here of two top of Iowa Conference West teams. So these two teams have already seen each other twice this season. And it went both the ways of Garner Hayfield Ventura as the Cardinals finished second in the conference this year, just ahead of Forest City. And just behind Lake Mills, the Cardinals' only two conference losses this year were to Lake Mills. They needed one of the two wins to split in the conference, but unfortunately, both those games went in favor of Lake Mills, so Lake Mills was your outright conference champion. 14-2 in conference play for Garner Hayfield Ventura this year under third-year head coach Jake Young. 15-6 for Garner, or 15-6 overall for Garner Hayfield Ventura. And while we're on the top of Coach Young and his business, also a great sponsor of 4A City and area athletics. So thanks to County Line Seeds, Coach Young, part of the ownership group there of County Line Seeds off the airport blacktop in 4A City. While we're on the top of Coach Young, a little plug there for them as we appreciate their support of all the area athletics as well this season. So, yeah, Coach Young, and honestly, when you talk to the guy, I mean, he lives and breathes. Actually, both of these coaches, I think I mentioned, if you're joining us maybe for the first time or maybe you listen to my broadcast, 4A City versus Belmond-Klemme, nobody loves their team. I think this was the quote that I said, nobody loves their team more than Justin Meyer does, the head coach of the Belmond-Klemme Broncos. Nobody loves their team more than Justin Meyer does. That guy, I mean, you could tell just from watching him as an outside observer. You can tell. I mean, Coach Meyer would he would do anything for his basketball team. You could just tell the love for his team. It's always the teaching moment for him. I mean, obviously Belmont has had a little bit of a rough stretch this season. Haven't found that first win. Looking for their first win here tonight. But you can tell everything is always a teaching moment. And I've only seen them play a couple of games this year. I've been on the call for, and every time Coach Meyer is always continuing to coach. Whether the players are on the court or if he brings a player off the court to find a teaching moment. Maybe a referee calls a foul, and instead of Coach Meyer, asking the referee what the player did wrong, obviously most times when coaches ask what a player did wrong, it's usually sarcastic in a way, kind of facetious, as they disagree with the call, and they know that they're going to get in trouble if they say they disagree with the call. So instead they ask the referee what the player did wrong. Of course, most of the times that coaches say things like that is facetious. But you'll see Coach Meyer instead, he'll tell his player, okay, his player gets called for a hack when somebody's jumping up for a two-point basket. Instead, you'll see him on the sidelines, and he'll have both of his arms up in the air and his legs, kind of spread out in a defense position, and telling his player, okay, that's what you should have done. You know what I mean? This is what you're looking for. So Coach Meyer always teaching moments, and then Coach Young, when you talk to him, everything during the basketball season, everything is live and breathe. Live and breathe. Garner Hayfield Ventura basketball. He sure loves it, and so we got two really good coaches that love their teams here playing in this first round district basketball game this evening. The winner of tonight's game will head to Osage to play against the Osage Green Devils. Actually, GHV and Osage already played this year, and that went in favor of Osage, and that's why GHV is playing and hosting these games tonight instead of the Osage Green Devils. If Garner Hayfield Ventura, that's honestly really the only thing that separated the 2-seed Osage and the 3-seed GHV was that loss, Osage's win over GHV earlier this regular season. If that game is different, then obviously, we're probably in Osage right now, having Forest City and Central Springs in Osage instead of Forest City and Central Springs here in Garner Hayfield Ventura High School this evening as we get set for our second matchup between these two teams. Remember, the winner will go back to Osage for a rematch. GHV wants a rematch. They want to find that win over the Green Devils that they did not get the first time around, and they will be looking for that here against, they got to beat Belmond-Klemme first and then get over to Osage. All right, let's take a look at our starting lineup. First of all, for the Belmond-Klemme Broncos, a sophomore guard. Number 2 is Ty Franklin. Number 4 is a junior, Brian Duran. Number 12 is a junior, Brody Paulson. Number 21 is a junior, Brody Kern. And at number 44 is Mitchell Fairman. He is a junior for Belmond-Klemme. Justin Meyer is the head coach of the Belmond-Klemme Broncos. Starting lineups for the GHV Cardinals will look like this. They are the home team on the scoreboard and wearing their home jerseys tonight. A senior, number 1, a guard at 6'2", Sam Wood. A senior, number 2, a forward at 6'3", number 2 is Nathan Roberts. A junior guard at 6 foot, number 3, Braden Banky. A junior, number 23 is Drew Britson. And a senior, number 35 is Evan Sloan, a forward for Garner Hayfield Ventura. Jake Young in his third year with GHV is 41 and 25. Garner Hayfield Ventura last year was eliminated in the second round. They won their first round game and then was eliminated in the second round by Forest City. Also lost to Forest City in 20. So GHV, in order for GHV and Forest City to meet up this year, would have to be in the district championship game, as Forest City would have to go to Clarion and GHV would have to beat Belmont and then beat Osage for those two teams to meet up. But it very well could happen. Forest City has eliminated GHV in the last 2 postseasons. GHV home jerseys here, they are white with GHV in red across the numbers on front and back are also in red. Belmond-Klemme blue jerseys. Their blue jerseys have white numbers outlined in green. And Broncos across their chest. Belmond-Klemme wins the tip, and we are underway 15 seconds in. Belmond-Klemme still looking to move the ball. Oh, it's going to be over and back. It would have been a steal and a bucket for Braden Banky, but over and back is called on Belmond-Klemme as GHV's defense just too much for the Broncos there near half court. And now Drew Britson will get in the backcourt. Here will be a chance for GHV. Good loud student section to start things off for the Belmond-Klemme Broncos, trying to pump up their crowd. You can probably hear it in the background. Here's the top of the key. Banky gives it off to Britson. Britson is wide open for 3. It's good. Belmond-Klemme cannot leave Drew Britson that wide open here in this basketball game. Drew Britson could have ran outside the double doors there in the gym and come back and still been open. Knocks down the first 3, and now Belmond-Klemme will lose it out of bounds, so GHV will get the basketball back, already leading 3-0 with 56 seconds gone here in the first quarter. We are now 1 minute gone. Britson top of the key. Britson again will look for a 3. It's no good long this time, and a foul is going to be called underneath the basket. We'll see who the foul goes against. It's going to be on Belmond-Klemme. They're going to get it on Kern. Brody Kern called for the foul, his first team foul for Belmond-Klemme. Inbound to Britson for another 3. It rattles home and it's in. Drew Britson has 2 threes to start this basketball game off. And GHV leads 6-0 with 6:42 to play in the first. There's a travel and we're going the other way. 6:39 to play here in the first quarter, 6-0. And the BUS chant is out. Haven't heard that one in a while. That's a recycled chant. It was used way back in the day, and they kind of went out of the student sections for a while, but now the BUS chant is back. There from the GHV student section. Here's Britson, top of the key. Looking to drive. Britson, scoop layup, no good. A bit strong on his scoop layup, and it's rebound to Belmond-Klemme, and they're going to have a chance with the basketball. Here's a drive, Franklin. He traveled again. 6:12 to go first quarter. 6-0 is the score. And we've got a timeout called by Belmond-Klemme. Full timeout taken by the Broncos. We'll come back in 1 minute for more basketball on KIOW.
Of Forest City, Leland and Buffalo Center, Iowa, and Keister and Winnebago, Minnesota wishes our athletes good luck. See the Farmers Co-op for your feed, seed, chemical, and fuel needs. Serving the area since 1916. the Farmers Co-op Association.
At Winnebago Mutual Insurance Association in Lake Mills, you get the coverage you know you need from the people you know will be there for you when you need them most. Trusted tomorrow with Winnebago Mutual, your local Grinnell Mutual Insurance provider.
Hancock County Co-op Oil Association in Garner since 1930. Whether it's tires or service for your vehicles and big farm equipment, or your diesel barrel filled with Cenex Premium Field Master Fuel, see Hancock County Co-op Oil, Highway 18 West in Garner. Call 800-924-COOP.
Welcome back here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. Garner, Hayfield, Ventura, Belmond-Klemme. The winner will head to Osage on Thursday night. We'll have that game for you on KIOW.com. If it is GHV, you'll be able to find it right here on your normal GHV stream. 6:02 to play in the quarter. Basketball in the hands of Sam Wood. He drives in. Sam Wood for two, no good. Sloan the rebound, scores. Big, strong Evan Sloan inside is the first non-Drew Britson to score in the basketball game. And it's 8-0 Cardinals. 5:41 to play in the first. Basketball in the hands of Brody Paulson. Paulson to Kern. Right side Kern with the basketball to Duran. Duran drives in. Layup no good. Rebound picked up by Britson. GHV's got 3-on-2 going the other way. Sloan for two. He scores. Evan Sloan wide open for another two-point basket as GHV was 3-on-2, and they used it to perfection. The assist to Drew Britson executed nicely, and it's 10-0, the lead. And now over in the back, going to be called for a second time in the quarter on Belmond-Klemme. 10-0 in favor of the of the Cardinals, and they get the basketball back. As with 5:09 to play in the first quarter. GHV will see Mason Graham check in for the first time, the sophomore. Top of the key, this is Wood. At the free throw line, Wood to Sloan. Sloan will drive in looking for two. It's good with contact. Evan Sloan has the last three baskets to give himself 6 points along with Britson. Britson had the first two for 6 points. Evan Sloan's had the last three for 6 points, and it's 12-0 12-0 GHV with 4:41 to play in the first quarter. Fairman with the basketball. He has it stripped away, but a blocking foul will be called against the Cards. So to go against Evan Sloan. Cardinals had a steal, but Sloan gets called for a block as the steal is being executed. Timeout called by Belmond-Klemme. They're going to use another one less than a quarter in. 2 timeouts here for the Broncos. And it's 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. So just a recap, Drew Britson hit the first 2 shots of the game, 3-pointers to make it 6-0. Evan Sloan has come back for the last 3 buckets, all 2-point baskets to make it 12-0. Garner Hayfield Ventura with 4:38 to play in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us live here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. Hopefully you found us. If some of you were over on the 4A City stream watching our initial game tonight, now have made your way over here to the GHV stream. They were very efficient getting these games going, as I thought we were going to be a little bit behind, and we did get started late, but this game is moving at a good clip, so we're kind of back on schedule. There's a steal for GHV. Going the other way, it'll be Sam Wood for 2, looking for contact as well. The shot is no good. GHV had a 2, and instead they slowed up, and a couple of Belmond-Klemme defenders got there. There was some contact for Wood. The shot did not go. And now a shot for Belmond-Klemme, no good. Belmond-Klemme was trying to get back on defense again as GHV is looking to score some more. So Belmond-Klemme good to get back on defense and kind of disrupted the GHV shots. And then grabbed the rebound. Here's Mason Graham on the drive, no good. Follow-up for Roberts is also no good. So GHV has had a chance to really break this one open even more, but have missed their last 2 straight shots. And now a foul is called, and Duran is going to the free throw line, trying to get Belmond-Klemme on the board for the first time. And I believe Evan Sloan just picked up his second. So Evan Sloan picked up his second foul. We've played just over half of the first quarter, and Sloan's got 2 fouls. I'm guessing he's going to have to leave the basketball. And Belmond-Klemme is on the board for the first time as Duran's free throw is good. So Parker Burke will come in replace of Evan Sloan. As Sloan will have to go to the bench with his second foul. Britson is also back in. He went out for a moment. Duran's second free throw also goes, so Belmond-Klemme is back to within 10, 12-2 the score. 3:45 to play in the first. Britson across the half-court line, 10-foot volleyball line now for Britson. Man-to-man pressure for Belmond-Klemme. Top of the key, Britson looking inside to Roberts. Roberts back outside, wide open Britson. He'll drive instead. Third block jumper is short, no good. Rebound by Franklin. Franklin trying to beat everybody down the court. Franklin inside, and a charge is called. Broncos thought it was a blocking foul, and the bucket actually went. It was a circus shot there for Franklin, and the bucket went in, but it's an offensive foul, so they'll wave the bucket off. If that's called a block, it would have been an and one opportunity for Franklin. Instead, he picks up his first foul. And the second team foul against Belmond-Klemme, and GHV a chance to extend their lead. Into the corner, Burke will try for a three. That's good. Parker Burke knocks down a triple for GHV. They've got 3 threes already here in the first quarter. We've played 5 minutes of the first quarter, 3 minutes to go, and it's 15-2 Cardinals. Here's Duran. Duran baseline drive from 14. Jumper no good. Rebound is picked up by the Cardinals. That's Banky. Banky across the half-court line. Banky drives in. Banky steps around a defender. Burke trying to go back-to-back. Oh, in and out. It was halfway down. Oh, it's going to stay off of Belmond-Klemme. Burke's second three was halfway down, and it came back out. And then after the rebound, Britson grabbed it, but when Britson mishandled the basketball, it came down off of the leg of Franklin and went out of bounds, so it's going to stay GHV basketball. They inbound to Mason Graham, left wing. Broncos fans thought it went off of Britson. Outside, Britson will try for his third three. It's good. Drew Britson has 3 triples, and it's 18-2. GHV with 2:25 to play in the first. Duran across the half-court line. Gabrielson is in. Braden Gabrielson for Belmond-Klemme. He's got the basketball right now out to Duran. Duran floater in the lane, a little bit long, and the rebound goes to GHV. It's Banky. Banky, and GHV has numbers. Banky has it stripped away, though. Outside to Roberts. Roberts to Banky. Britson. Britson drives, and we've got a foul on the floor. No shot. Britson got the 2 to go. We got a foul on the floor first.
Number 4, Brian Duran.
And it goes on Brian Duran, his first. Third team foul on Belmond-Klemme in the quarter. 1:56 to play. First quarter, 18-2 is the lead for GHV. Britson gets a pass from Mason Graham and will bring it back out. The 10-foot volleyball line. Britson is trying to set up the offense. Britson kicks down to Graham. One more pass to Banky. Will try for a three. It's no good. And the rebound will be into the hands of Gabrielson for the Broncos of Belmond-Klemme. Duran will bring it across the line. 1:30 to play in the first quarter. To the right side, Duran has the basketball. Duran gives it off to Gabrielson. Gabrielson left wing. Gabrielson off to Franklin. 18-2 is the score. 1:18 to play in the first. Franklin drives in. Kicks it back out to Nolan Kraus. Kraus gives it off to Hutch McMurray in the lane for a jumper. No good. Rebound by Burke. And GHV will bring the ball across the line. Britson inside the lane. Britson kicks it out to Mason Graham. Graham doesn't pull the trigger on a three. Instead, left-handed 2. No good in the lane from about 8 foot. And the rebound goes to Duran for Belmond-Klemme. Quickly across the other way. Franklin, right side of your radio dial. Gabrielson to Kraus. Kraus turnaround 3 is no good. Hutch McMurray with the follow-up layup goes. So McMurray finds the underhanded layup to go, and it's 18-4 with 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. Britson back towards half court, being guarded man-to-man by Franklin. Britson kicks it out to Mason Graham, inside to Roberts. Roberts is swarmed back to Britson. He's going to try from 23. It's long. Rebound, though, to Roberts. Roberts back out to Britson. 14 seconds in the quarter. Britson backs out towards the 10-foot line. They're going to set up the offense as he taps his head, and the play is in motion. 7 seconds to play in the first quarter. Left side of your radio dial. Britson for 2. No good. Rebound, Burke. It's good as time will expire at the end of the third quarter. Parker Burke has 5 in the first, and GHV leads 20-4 at the end of the first quarter. We'll come back for more basketball in 1 minute.
FCIS Insurance is proud to support our local athletes throughout the year. Let FCIS be your partner, not just your agent, helping you with all your insurance needs. With multiple carriers, we can get you the best coverage for the best price. Call us today at 800-331-1520.
Sorry. How are you?
Buck Indians from FCIS Insurance.
Kirschbaum Electrical and Plumbing of Lake Mills has over 20 years experience in electrical, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning work, residential and light commercial installation and repair work. Give them a call at 641-592-8831 today. Good luck to the Lake Mills Bulldogs from Kirschbaum Electrical and Plumbing of Lake Mills.
Welcome back here on KIOW and live at KIOW. Garner, Hayfield, Ventura, and Belmond-Klemme in boys basketball district play. Our postseason is off and running now. We had girls postseason over the weekend. The boys postseason starting tonight. More girls postseason for you tomorrow. Belmond-Klemme fans tuning in. We'll have Central Springs and Belmond-Klemme live on KIOW for you. Girls basketball tomorrow night. 20-4 is the score in favor of GHV, and they start with the basketball here in the second quarter. To the right side, Banky inside Burke. Burke's been playing well. That time he's no good in his shot. At Belmond-Klemme lost it out of bounds, but they're going to say it went off the foot of Mason Graham. There was two Broncos and Mason Graham there, and I think the Kraus, the Belmond-Klemme offender there, dribbled it off the foot of Graham. It went out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Broncos. Evan Sloan's been on the bench with 2 fouls. And just as we say that, he's going to check in right now. Next dead ball. No good on the shot from Franklin. McMurray falls out of bounds. Belmond-Klemme, though, is missing 2 defenders. GHV is 5 on 3. Mason Graham drives in for 2. No good. Britson, the follow-up, also no good. And Belmond-Klemme was 5 on 3. They only had 3 defenders to 5 offenders for GHV, and they get a stop. 20-4, 7:11 to play here in the second quarter. Franklin spin move in the lane. No good in his shot. GHV, rather, Belmond-Klemme fans wanted a foul call. They did not get it. Mason Graham now open for a 3. That's no good. And the rebound goes to Kraus for BK. 6:54 to play second quarter. 20-4 is the score. Franklin with it, being guarded there by Mason Graham. GHV student section getting into it. Kraus nearly runs into his own man in Duran. And now it's thrown to the backcourt, and it will be Belmond-Klemme basketball as it will go over and back.
Number 2, Nathan Roberts. Number 35, Evan.
And it will be GHV ball. 6:38 to play here in the quarter. 20-4 is the score. Across the half-court line for the Cardinals, Sam Wood to Drew Britson, top of the key. Britson over to the right side, gives it to Roberts. Here's Sloan. Sloan across court to Banky. Banky will set up for a 3. That's no good. Rebound to Sloan. Sloan gives it back out to Banky. Banky across court to Roberts. Roberts will drive in, give it off to Sloan. Sloan back outside. Sam Wood will try for a step back 3. No, and they get stuck between the backboard and the rim, so it'll be a jump ball. As Cooper Schleisman jumps up a couple times trying to poke it free, that gets stuck there between the backboard and the rim. That's a jump ball. And it goes to Belmond-Klemme. So the GHV missed there. The results in the basketball going to Belmond-Klemme. 6:05 to play second quarter. Franklin across the line. Franklin inside for 2. Scoop layup good. 2-point basket goes for Franklin. Across the half-court line, here comes GHV back the other way. 20-6 is the GHV lead. Franklin's first bucket. Inside, there's a jumper, Wood. Sam Wood gets the 2-point basket to go, his first bucket of the game. 22-6 the score, 5:36 to play second quarter. Basketball in the hands of Paulson. Paulson now to Kraus, top of the key. Kraus will try for a 3. It's good. Kraus knocks down a 3. Over the top of Britson. He went right over the top of Britson. Britson with a hand in his face, and Kraus just went right over the top and swished it. Sloan with it right side. Sloan to Roberts at the free throw line to Britson. Britson now open for a 3. His shot no good, long. Ball's on the floor, picked up by Franklin. Franklin through defenders. Franklin, Euros step for 2, no good, and the rebound goes to Evan Sloan. 22-9 is the score with 4:55 to play here in the quarter across the half-court line. Sam Wood with the basketball to Britson. Britson over to the right side, gives it to Sloan. Sloan gave it back inside of Britson. We've got a foul coming against Belmond-Klemme on the floor. And Schleisman will be called for his first foul. It's the 14th foul against the Broncos, as Fairman will check back in for Belmond-Klemme. Here's a Britson three right side. That one again long. No good. Britson goes down hard. A little slow to get up. It looks like he's okay. And the basketball goes out of bounds off of GHV. It's Belmond-Klemme ball. 22-9 the score. 4:38 to play in the second quarter. And across the half-court line will come Belmond-Klemme's Franklin. Franklin, top of the key. To Duran. Duran has it stolen away. It's Banky. Banky against Duran to the rim. He scores. Count the basket and the foul. Banky gets an and one opportunity here. Duran did not agree with the call. And that'll be foul number 2 on Duran. That's the 15th foul against the team. Second team foul against Duran. And Banky will have an opportunity at a three-point play. His first field goal of the game. Banky, and the three-point play is no good. As Evan Sloan has the rebound, though, so GHV a chance for more points. Mason Graham, top of the key to Banky. Banky back to Mason Graham, top of the key to the right wing. It's Roberts. Roberts to Banky. Banky, skip pass to Evan Sloan in the right corner. Now back to the top of the key. It's Roberts inside to Banky, out to Mason Graham. Good passing by GHV. No good on the basket, though. Mason Graham poked out of bounds by Kraus, and it will stay with GHV once again. 3:55 to play in the second quarter. 24-9 the score. Timeout on the court. Full timeout taken by the Cardinals. 24-9 is the GHV lead. We'll come back in 1 minute.
Appliance for the best quality, selection, and prices on American-made Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Genair appliances. There's only one name to know, McCluskey Appliance. See them in Mason City or Garner and get free delivery and great service after the sale.
Forest City Family Dentistry downtown on J Street. Dr. Layla can now place crowns in one visit. No clumsy temporary or return appointment needed. Also ask us about replacing missing teeth with affordable dental implants. Visit the place that puts a smile on your face. Forest City Family Dentistry. Call 585-4636.
Welcome back here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. Belmond-Klemme and Garner Hayfield Ventura in this first round district game tonight. The winner of this will play a district semifinal game at Osage on Thursday night. And then the winner of that will go to the district final. This district meets up with a district to the south. Roland Story is the top team in that south district. And actually, you take the varsity bound rankings for what they're worth. Obviously, those are analytic based only. A wide open play on an inbound pass. Nobody saw Roberts coming through the middle, and he's wide open for 2. So we'll tell you about that first. 26-9 the lead. But analytically, on varsity bound, the top team on the District 6, which is 4A City, Belmond-Klemme, Osage. This one we're talking about here. Kraus for another 3, no good. Rebound comes out to Duran. Clarion and Roland Story, who is the top team in District 5, which is the other side of the district. Varsity bound rankings has those two at like 14 or 16 and 18, I think. 14, maybe 14 and 16. There's a drive. Franklin looking for 2. He scores as he steps around a defender and finds a 2. So what that's saying is that, that obviously out of the 8 teams that go to state, here's a wide open 3. Banky, it's good. Wide open 3 for Banky. He's got 5 now, 29-11 with 2:53 to play here in the first half. Franklin trapped near half court. Paulson nearly has it stolen away. Now it is stolen away. And now GHV throws it away. Evan Sloan had a steal. They try to feed it inside of Mason Graham, but Kraus has a steal for BK. Gives it out to Franklin. 2:33 to play in the second quarter. What we were saying is basically, obviously there's only 8 teams that make it in Class 2A to state. If you go by the varsity bound rankings, that means somebody, the highest that somebody in our side. Oh, now Evan Sloan just intercepts that out of midair, and he's going to be fouled by Paulson. So Evan Sloan just jumped up and grabbed that like a linebacker, taking a pass in the middle of midair. And then Kern picks up a foul for, or rather Paulson picks up a foul for Belmond-Klemme, his first, second, sixth for BK. That means that at minimum, there's going to be a, obviously via the varsity bound rankings, look at whatever rankings you want. Don't look at the AP rankings. Goodness gracious, here's a 3 from the right side. No good. I probably shouldn't tell you that, but those things, not very many people voting them, and they are skewed to the wrong side for sure. Lake Mills, who hadn't lost a regular season game until recently, wasn't even ranked in the first 2 AP rankings after being a state quarterfinal team for the last 2 years and starting the season. Weren't even ranked? What? AP rankings, never accurate. So you don't have rankings like the girls do. Belmond-Klemme's got the basketball, passing around right now, 1:38 to play second quarter. Evan Sloan nearly gets a steal. Fairman's got it. Jumper is good off the glass for Fairman. For BK. 29-13, 1:25 to play here in the quarter. At the 10-foot volleyball line, it's Roberts. Roberts gives it off to Mason Graham. Mason Graham now to Britson. To Banky, top of the key. Roberts looking for a 3. It's no good, and the rebound is picked up by Belmond-Klemme. Paulson to Duran. 1 minute to play in the first half. But yeah, that means somebody, whoever wins this district, Sub-State 3 is what you're going to call it. 5 and 6, districts 5 and 6 go in Sub-State 3. Britson's got a steal. Britson to Banky. Banky, GHV. Another time down the court, GHV had numbers and they throw it away. Now Franklin back to the way. Euro step up and under layup goes. He's got 6, and it's 29-15 with 35 seconds to play in the quarter. Cross court, Mason Graham left side. Graham gives it off to Banky, and GHV might hold for one shot. They do have a 2-for-1 opportunity as well, as GHV will start, as of right now, GHV will start the third quarter with the basketball. As the possession arrow in favor of the Cardinals, but if there's a jump ball in the next 15 seconds, that would obviously change. At the free throw line, Britson will look for a 3. No, it's halfway down, no good, but the rebound comes right to Roberts, and he will score. He's got 4, 3 seconds to play, and a foul is going to be called against Drew Britson. So 3 seconds to play. They tried to pass it to Franklin at half court, and Drew Britson is going to be called for a blocking foul, his first. Third team foul against the Cards. And now Belmond-Klemme will have a chance from half court to set up a shot with 2.2 to play. You get a good shot off with 2.2 from half court. Instead, they go to the backcourt to Franklin. Franklin from the 10-foot volleyball line nails it. Franklin hits it from right in front of half court. And it's a 31-18 game as we head to halftime. There you go. You talk about it. You had enough time. Britson with the foul allows Belmond-Klemme to set something up. And obviously not a high percentage shot, but you don't get high percentage shots at the end of halves and quarters. And Franklin nails it. That was behind the 10-foot line, actually. For Belmond-Klemme, as he was only about 3 or 4 paces in front of the half-court line to make it 31-18 as we head to halftime. A huge shot there for Franklin. 31-18, Belmond-Klemme trailing Garner Hayfield of Ventura as we'll head to the halftime break. We'll have it for you in 3 minutes here on KIOW.
Farmers Trust and Savings Bank, your hometown community bank, offering expertise in ag and commercial lending with digital banking products to fit all of your financial needs. Contact us today in Buffalo Center, Lakota, Britt, Lake Mills, and Bryceland. Member FDIC.
Ewing Funeral Home and Monument Company, family-owned and community-minded in Britt, Kanawha, Clarion, Belmont, and Dowse. Honoring families in North Iowa for over 40 years. Michael, Brianne, and the staff of Ewing Funeral Home and Monument Company say good luck, area teams,
Forest City Ford at the corner of 9 and 69 in Forest City wishes good luck to our local athletes. We look forward to seeing you compete. When you need a vehicle, see us at Forest City Ford, where customers really do send their friends.
Thrivent is proud to support the Lake Mills Bulldogs' goals, and Peter Zwart is excited to help you achieve yours. Let's create a financial strategy that reflects your priorities and protects what matters most to you. Call 641-590-0064 for a free consultation.
You have a choice where you bank. First State Bank of Britain Woden are here to make your choices easier. Whether you're looking for personal, business, or agricultural products, we're ready to serve you. Bank on the go 24/7 with our apps for mobile banking and bill pay. First State Bank of Britain Woden, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We make Hancock County our home.
MBT Bank, with 10 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. A full-service community bank with checking and savings accounts, CDs, lending, and trust services. Where will you go with MBT? MBTBank.bank, member FDIC.
Hancock County Health System physical, occupational, and speech therapy programs are here for you. For high school athletes to retirees, HCHS will guide you in minimizing your pain and maximizing your mobility. Hancock County Health System, your health, our care, a lasting partnership.
For the best coffee, specialty drinks, and live entertainment in the area, head to the award-winning Swallow Coffee House on Main Street in Lake Mills. Open at 6 a.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. on Sundays. Swallow Coffee House is a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Welcome back here on KIOW. One game that is not too much of a surprise to us, as West Hancock was kind of seated a little bit further down because of the games they've had to play this year, and they go on the road and find a win over St. Ed's. So they will go to Lake Mills on Thursday night, a rematch there in a couple of conference games. So that's one game to pass along to you. West Hancock defeats Fort Dodge St. Edmunds at St. Edmunds tonight, 41-38, and we'll get Lake Mills, who defeated West Bend Mallard by healthy margin tonight as well on Thursday in matchup there, as West Hancock used a 14-4 second quarter run to take the lead over the Gales, and were able to go away from the win. So St. Edmunds gets out early, and then West Hancock uses a 14-4 run. That reporting there by Dana Becker of the Fort Dodge Messenger, and following along with him a little bit. Does a great job there in Fort Dodge. There at the Fort Dodge Messenger, and the final score 41-38 as West Hancock finds the win. Actually, the Gales, let's take a look at this. Gales had a 33-31 lead heading into the fourth quarter, and then West Hancock able to finish with a victory in the second half. So congratulations to Coach Hiscox and the Eagles. Another top of Iowa Conference West team that's moving on. So that's West Hancock out of the top of Iowa West that's moving on. Take a look. West Hancock out of the West moving on. Either Garner Hayfield Ventura or Belmond-Klemme will move on out of the West. Forest City out of the West tonight as well with a win. And then North Iowa and North Union played against each other tonight as well. So we'll lose a top of Iowa West Conference team. So Belmond-Klemme GHV play. So we'll lose at least one of the West teams there. North Union and North Iowa play tonight. We'll lose one of the West teams there. So we have at least 4 West teams that will move on. So at least about half of the teams at least will move on tonight. We'll try to find some other scores from some of the other Western teams at the top of Iowa Conference, and maybe some other scores from around the state. We'll try to get you as the evening moves on. 31-18 is our score here, and it's Garner Hayfield Ventura leading over Belmond-Klemme. GHV got out to an early 12-0 lead, and Belmond-Klemme hit some shots at the end and make some runs, and it's 31-18 here at halftime. Scoring in the first half, let's take a look at the scoring for Belmond-Klemme first. 9 points in the first half out of the sophomore Franklin, who hit that deep three as time expired. He has 9, which is a tie for the lead in all scorers so far in the game. 3 points apiece for Fairman and for Kraus. 2 points apiece for McMurray and for Duran. For Belmond-Klemme, give them 18 points here at halftime. For Garner-Hayfield Ventura, they had a balanced scoring in the first half as well. Drew Britson hit 3 threes to tie for the lead game-high scoring right now with 9 points. 6 points in the first half for Evan Sloan. Those came on 3 straight baskets in the first quarter. Then he got in foul trouble, and we didn't see him as much in the second half. 5 points apiece for Parker Burke and for Braden Banky. 4 points for Roberts and 2 points for Sam Wood for Garner-Hayfield Ventura, who holds on right now to a 31-18 lead. We'll take a break. We'll come back in 2 minutes as we get set for second half basketball between Belmond-Klemme and Garner-Hayfield Ventura. We're back in 2 minutes.
Britt Food Center is your locally owned hometown grocery store in Britt, featuring fresh meat, produce, and bakery items. We are working hard to meet the needs of our community. Jackie and I and our staff at Britt Food Center appreciate your support and wish our Eagles good luck in the tournaments.
Custom Paint and Collision of Fuller City. Corey and his staff have nearly 50 years of body shop experience and can fix just about anything on the road. They give free estimates and also carry car batteries and windshield wipers. Located on Highway 69 just south of Forest City, it's Custom Paint and Collision, your body shop.
Greenbelt Bank and Trust serves Belmont and surrounding areas with the financial products and services you're looking for with the ease of free mobile and electronic banking. Count on Greenbelt Bank and Trust in Belmont to lead the way in assisting you with your banking needs. And go Broncos!
Hy-Vee in Garner is a proud supporter of the GHV Cardinals. Hy-Vee is conveniently located on Highway 18 in Garner. Hy-Vee is your employee-owned family grocery store. Go Cards from Hy-Vee in Garner. Check out our weekly hot deals in the store today.
This is Kason Barnes. And this is Rylan Barnes, letting you know that H&R Block is a proud supporter of West Hancock Athletics.
Please call them for all your income tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs. Algona, Garner, or Forest City.
Say the Barnes boys sent you.
Welcome back here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. 31-18 in favor of Garner-Hayfield Ventura. Let's go back and I know we kind of had bits and pieces of it as I was trying to call the basketball game and explain it as well. So basically what I was getting at is Varsity Bound, they do their own analytic rankings, and they have the top teams barely inside and outside the top 15 teams in Class 2A. The top team in both the districts that feed into our Sub-State 3, which all these teams are included in. Clarion Goldfield Dow is the top team in District number 6, which includes Osage, GHV in Forest City. Obviously, Central Springs now eliminated from that district. Back-to-back years, the Indians have eliminated Central Springs in the first round. And then Roland Story on the top half, the other side. And I'm not saying that that's not even close to what I'm saying is that neither Clarion or Roland Story, I'm not saying that neither of those two teams, if it becomes those two teams as the top two teams make it to the sub-state final, which there could be an upset. There's upsets that happen all the time. If those two teams make it to state, not at all saying that those two teams aren't deserving of that state tournament berth, and not saying that neither of those two teams are not a top 8 team. Just going off of the Varsity Bound rankings is kind of interesting to see that that's how it got seeded this way. And what we do know is that either Forest City, GHV, Belmond-Klemme, Osage, Clarion, Goldfield Dow's, South Central Calhoun, Eagle Grove, Kemper Carroll, Greene County, Southeast Valley, or Roland Story, all the teams that I know are not eliminated so far from the sub-state, will meet up in Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge is the site of the sub-state game on February 26th. That will be, of course, any of our teams are in it. We will have it for you here on KIOW. And, of course, that's if any of our teams make it to that sub-state final. All right, back to basketball. GHV will start with the ball. As we mentioned, they start with it here in the third quarter. Sam Wood inside to Banky. Banky tried to go to Roberts. It gets tipped, but it right into the hands of Evan Sloan. Now to Britson. Britson to Sam Wood. 7:40 to play third quarter. Britson free throw line. Britson feeds Banky. Banky kicks it back out to Wood. Wood top of the key to Roberts. Roberts will drive in, kicks it out to Banky, and now Banky will find an open shot. Don't rush on your shooting there for GHV, and they find a three from Braden Banky. There was a couple of times it looked like, from the fans' perspective, probably were wanting GHV to pull the trigger on a shot, but the Cardinals kept moving the basketball to find the absolute shot they wanted, and Braden Banky made no mistake as he canned it with 7:09 to play here in the third quarter. It's 34-18 in favor of the Cards. Belmond-Klemme now trapped in the backcourt. They were trapped in the backcourt earlier and have thrown it over and back 3 times in the first half. On a trap just like that for GHV. This time they're able to keep it at the free throw line. Still defensive here for Garner Hayfield. Ventura to the right side. Franklin again backing up towards half court. Franklin gives it off to Fairman. Back to Franklin. Franklin drives in, kicks it out. Looking for a three. It is no good from Kern. Rebound though. Paulson no. And the rebound goes to GHV. Britson across the line. Britson right wing. Britson gives it off to Banky. Banky to Roberts now in the corner. Sloan. 34-18, 6:16 to play in the third quarter. Winner of this game will head to Osage on Thursday night. We'll have that for you here on KIOW.com. Sloan the drive, a little bit short on his layup though. Disrupted by Fairman for BK. Back the other way, here's Duran, top of the key. Duran steps back behind the three-point line, hands it off to Kern. Kern drives in. We've got a foul on the floor. Foul coming against GHV on the floor. It'll be against Wood. Sam Wood charged with his first foul. First against GHV in the second half. Inbound to Duran, right wing. Duran to Fairman. Fairman, they lost him, open for 2. Doesn't get it to go though. And the rebound goes to Roberts. Roberts across the half-court line. Roberts has it poked away by Duran. Now to Franklin. Belmond-Klemme is 3-on-1, and Braden Banky makes a great play defensively. Banky was by himself with 3. Belmond-Klemme scores, looking to find a shot, and Banky just pokes it out of Duran's hands out of bounds and will make an inbound pass here for BK. Of course, everybody gets to catch up to the play at that point. Fairman looking for 2, no good. Rebound Sloan. Sloan to Britson across the half-court line. Britson off to Wood. Wood, free throw line to Roberts, who jumps between 2 defenders and he scores. Belmond-Klemme wanted a travel. They did not get it. 36-18. 5:14 to play third quarter. Across the half-court line, Franklin. Franklin at the Cardinal logo. Hands the basketball off to Paulson. Paulson being guarded by Sloan, nearly lost it. Man-to-man pressure. Franklin in the lane for 2 double clutches. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound out to Duran. Duran trapped in the corner, loses the basketball out of bounds. And they're going to say it goes off of Duran. So Britson poked it out of Duran's hands and off of Duran's knees out of bounds. And it will go back to GHV on the right side. Timeout, Belmond-Klemme. Broncos take their first here in the second half. 36-18 the lead. 30-second timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds.
Tim Schmidt with Pritchard's of Garner. We have been proudly supporting GHV athletics since 1913. We are also proud of our award-winning team right here at Pritchard's of Garner. And from all of us here, go Cardinals.
Welcome back on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. 36-18 the score, 4:53 to play in the third quarter, and Garner Hayfield Ventura will get the basketball back. This is a low-scoring affair compared to the games these two teams have played earlier in the year. GHV won the first game 66-27, and the second game 79-23. So compared to those two games, a low-scoring affair at the moment, and the basketball out of bounds. Officials will talk about it. They're going to say it stays with GHV. They're going to say that Belmond-Klemme disrupted the pass on the way inside out of bounds, so it'll stay with GHV. Baseline inbounds coming from the right side of the backboard, and a quick pass from Roberts trying to get it to Sloan. Sloan wasn't ready for it, and instead it lands in the hands of the Broncos And across the half-court line comes Franklin. And now Franklin throws it to Sliceman, who wasn't paying attention. So both teams turn it over on passes that their teammates were not expecting. Here's Sloan. Gives it to Roberts. Roberts to Wood. Wood to Sloan. 10-foot volleyball line to Britson. Britson pump fakes now to Wood. To the right side, Mason Graham with it. Graham to Wood. Wood has it poked away by Sliceman, but then Sloan steals it away, and we've got a foul called. Evan Sloan with a hustle play there, able to create an extra possession for his team, and he's fouled when he goes up for the 2. And so Paulson will be charged with his second foul. It'll be foul number 1 against Belmond-Klemme in the half. And Sloan's first free throw is up, and it is good. Sloan had 6 in the first quarter, nothing in the second quarter, now has a free throw here in the third. We played halfway through our third quarter, 37-18, second free throw on the way. Sloan is no good, and the rebound, Nathan Roberts jumped up and threw it off of the Belmond-Klemme defender. But they're going to say that Roberts went out of bounds before he threw it off of the Belmond-Klemme defender, so it will be Belmond-Klemme basketball. Across the half-court line, Franklin. Franklin to Kraus. Kraus back to Franklin, back towards half-court. Franklin, 10-foot volleyball line, hands it off to Duran. 3:41 to play third quarter. Kraus looking for a step-back 3, no good. A rebound to Roberts. Fight for it with Sliceman. Roberts gives it off to Banky across the half-court line into the corner. Mason Graham. Graham steps in front of the three-point line, hands it off to Britson for a 3 right wing. Good. Drew Britson knocks down his first bucket of the second half. It's a 3-point basket, and GHV now starting to pull away with their largest lead of 40-18. And a travel called on Franklin, and Franklin does not agree. As we'll go the other way, 3:12 to play third quarter. Tied for GHV's largest lead of the game right now of 12. Britson with the basketball. Britson looking for a 3, no good. Rebound is picked up by Franklin across the half-court line. And there's a fight for it. And it's a jump ball, and it will stay with Belmond-Klemme. 40-18 our score, 2:49 to play third quarter. And the Cardinal fans were looking for a foul. Instead, it's a jump ball call. Kraus inbounds the basket, or looking to inbound the basketball. Does to Duran in the backcourt. Duran brings it across the half-court line, top of the key. Duran inside to Fairman. Fairman back outside to Duran at the 10-foot volleyball line. Duran left wing. Duran inside. Fairman for 2, it's good. Fairman drives and finds a 2-point basket. He's got 5 now. Britson the other way, a little bit strong on his scoop layup, and it's no good. 40-20, it's a 20-point game in favor of the Garner-Hayfield Ventura Cardinals. Now the ball is loose on the floor. Sam Wood off to Britson. 2-on-2, GHV the other way. Inside Mason Graham. No good on his shot. Follow up for Britson, off of Britson, out of bounds, and it will go back to Belmond-Klemme. 40-20, a 20-point lead for GHV with 2:05 to play in the third quarter. Different of 2 games. In the first game, we had almost 18 fouls between the 2 teams. In the second half at this point, now we have 2. Fairman with the basketball. Different officiating crews for both games, both postseason games with different officiating crews. Fairman with the basketball will drive in. Ball is loose on the ground. This time it's picked up by Banky. Banky across half court. Banky try to feed it off to Sam Wood, but it went out of bounds off of Kraus. Kraus tipped it on its way to Wood, and it will stay with GHV. Baseline inbound coming from the right side of the backboard. Banky was set up on the left side of the backboard, and the official says, no, you got to come over here and stand next to me on the right side of the backboard instead. Burke will come in, so GHV going big lineup as they have both Sloan and Burke into the basketball game as Britzen goes to the bench. Here's a three-point shot. Benke on the way. It's good. Benke's got his second three of the second half. His third three of the night. It's 43-20, a 23-point lead for GHV with 1:15 to play in the third quarter. Hutch, McMurray with the basketball. McMurray, nearly a 5-second call. There it is. So Burke with good defense on McMurray, a 5-second call, and McMurray trying to signal to his teammates that he needed some help. 1:09 to play here in the third quarter. 43-20 is the score. And Benke will go to the bench while Britzen will come in. Gabrielson is back in for Belmond-Klemme. Britzen across the half-court line here for the Cards. Being guarded by Franklin. 1-2-2 defense here for Belmond-Klemme. To the right side, Sam Wood with the basketball. Wood across court to Burke. He's got a three. Actually should have had two. His second three he pulled the trigger on was halfway down the tube, and it bounced out. Into the corner, Mason Graham finds a wide-open Sam Wood, but now it gets poked away from him. There's a fight for the basketball, and it's going to be a jump ball. And it will go to, it'll stay with GHV, so they're going to keep the basketball with 38 seconds to play in the third quarter, 43-20. So Sam Wood was open for a moment, but a great job by Gabrielson as he closed the gap and was able to create the jump ball in the corner. Mason Graham with it. Graham works towards the top of the key now to Sam Wood. Turnaround jumper from about 9 foot, and it goes for Sam Wood. His second field goal of the game. 45-20, 23 seconds to play in the third quarter. Franklin 10-foot volleyball line. Franklin to McMurray. McMurray with the basketball, and Sloan's going to get called for a steal, or rather called for a foul as he was looking for a steal. And that'll be a third foul on Sloan. Sloan picked up 2 early fouls, had to leave the game, and then has been pretty clean since, and now picks up his third foul with 16 seconds left in the third quarter, and he'll have to go to the bench for the Cards. 45-20, a 25-point lead for GHV with 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Here's a jumper on the way, no good for Jackson Belstini. 6 seconds in the quarter. GHV's got it back across the half-court line. 3 seconds in the quarter. Britzen to Mason Graham. He's going to have to pull a trigger for a three. It's no good at the end of the third quarter. And we've played 3. It's GHV 45. It is Belmond-Klemme 20. We come back for the final quarter after this.
Real estate and brand. Deanna Kelly or Rachel Swanson can
just leave it there. If I put it back in my pocket, it's going to fall out again.
Unique fixer-upper or help you transition into your retirement home. Call 641-843-4102 to find the home that suits your needs. From one generation to the next, Kelly Real Estate is here for you. Go Eagles!
MBT Investments of Forest City. Whether it's servicing your 401k, saving for your child's education, or investing for the future. See Matt Jennings at Troy Hall at MBT Investments. Call 585-IRAs. MBT Investments, your partners for your financial journey. Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor and broker-dealer member FINRA and SIPC. Insurance products are offered through LPL or its licensed affiliates. Securities and insurance offered through LPL or its affiliates are not insured by FDIC or any government agency. Not bank guaranteed, not bank account.
Welcome back here on KIOW.com. 45-20 is the score in favor of the Cardinals. But the Broncos will bring the ball across the line. Franklin to Duran. Duran inside the lane. Spin move, jumper, no. Rebound, put back up, and it's good. So the jumper will go in good for Belstini. His first basket of the game. Evan Sloan had something to say to the official who just gave him a thumbs up there. Here's a three on the way, no good for Benke, who must have noticed it right away because he was quickly after that basketball. Kind of like when you know it's going to be a miss and you don't want it to go run down the street or the ball to go down the street if you're shooting your home basket. That's what Benke did there. Evan Sloan will follow it up with a 2-point shot. Good field goal, 47-22. Rebound picked up by Roberts now. Roberts to Benke. Benke for 2, and he's fouled by McMurray, and Benke will go to the free throw line for a pair. as McMurray will be charged for the foul.
Foul number 15, Hutch McMurray.
That'll be his first. Second team foul against Belmond-Klemme in the half. And Banky is at the free throw line for a pair. 7:03 to play, fourth quarter, 47-22. First free throw is up and it is good for Banky. By the way, I'm not a fan of the official doing that. Evan Sloan made a comment to the official after that no call. He thought there should have been a foul called when the rebound was put back up and in for Bellestini a moment ago. Second free throw for Banky goes, and the official it's kind of a taunting move. He just gives a thumbs up to Sloan for whatever he said. Doesn't even say anything back to him, kind of just gave him a thumbs up and kind of smirked at him. Here's a kick ball, and it will stay with Belmond-Klemme. Not a fan of that. 6:48 to play here in the fourth quarter. 49-22 is the score. We'll see an inbound pass coming for Kraus and BK here on the road side of the bleachers. Kraus will try for a three. That's no good out the front of the iron. Across the half-court line comes Britzen. Free throw line, Britzen. We've got a reach-in foul going to be called here against Franklin. His second. And it is the third team foul. Inbound to Banky, wide open in the corner for three. Kaboom. His third of the half. Banky's 4-3 of the game. He's got 16, a game high right now. 52-22 is a 30-point lead for GHV with 6:23 to play in the fourth quarter. Inbound pass, Kraus gives it to Franklin. Franklin back towards half court to Kraus. Kraus left wing looking for a three. No good. Rebound. Britzen will run and chase it, and Britzen will beat everybody to it. And he takes it down the court, coast to coast, and will find another two-point basket. Actually, his first two-point field goal of the game. He's got 14. He had 12 and 4 threes. First two-point field goal of the game for Britzen. He's got 14, 54-22. Franklin looking for a drive and a reach and foul is going to be called on Roberts. So Roberts will be charged for a foul. And that'll be Roberts. Let's see, Roberts first. Third team foul against the Cardinals. I'm a fan of that. 16 fouls between the two teams combined here in the second quarter. There's a jumper, Fairman, no good. Rebound to Burke. Oh, Burke tried to pass it off to his own man, Banky, but it went off the arm of Roberts, nearly out of bounds. Roberts kind of stepped in front of Burke, throwing it to Banky. They did keep it alive. Burke will try for a three now, no good. Banky knocked it out of bounds. It's Belmond-Klemme ball. Obviously not intentional there by Roberts. He just didn't realize that Burke was trying to, they're going to give each other a high five now as they come back down the court. He didn't realize that Burke was going to throw it over to Banky. And was incidentally in the passing lane. Kern with it. Kern feeds it out to Paulson. Paulson to Duran. And we've got a foul called, going to be calling against GHV. And they're going to go against Mason Graham. Just as I say, we have hardly had any fouls in this game. Here come a parade of fouls now as this game is starting to wind down. My apologies. 54-22, 5:13 to play in the fourth quarter. Britzen trying to steal it, but it was off of Britzen and will stay with Belmond-Klemme. GHV disagreed with it. 5:09 to play here in the fourth quarter. 54-22 is the score. And we'll see an inbound pass coming for Franklin. Franklin right wing gives it off to Duran. Duran with the basketball. To Franklin right wing. Franklin looking for a three, no good. Rebound is picked up by GHV Mason Graham. Graham ahead pass to Banky. Banky back to Graham. Left-handed layup goes. Mason Graham gets the layup to go. 56-22 the score. 4:43 to play in the fourth quarter. And GHV's lead is 56-22. Franklin with the basketball. Franklin left wing. Franklin gives it back to Duran. Duran top of the key. Hands it off to Kern. Kern might have stepped on the half-court line there. Instead, it's stolen by GHV. Roberts gets a pass from Banky in the lane, and the jumper goes for Roberts. He's got 4 now for the Cardinals. 4 in the second half. 4 in the first half. He's got 8 total. Duran at the free throw line to Fairman. Fairman for 2, no good. Rebound, Roberts, 58-22. 4:01 to play fourth quarter. Across the half-court line comes Banky. Banky into the corner. Burke is going to try for another 3. It's good. Burke has another 3 for GHV, and the Cardinals are starting to run with it now. 61-22, and I said earlier that the score was looking a little bit different about a quarter ago than the first 2 games, but now it's similar to what these 2 teams had the first time around. 3:33 to play here in the fourth quarter, 61-22, as Kern has the basketball. Gives it off to Duran, left wing. Duran hands it back to Paulson, top of the key. Paulson looking to feed inside to Franklin instead to Fairman. Fairman at the free throw line. He will drive for 2. It is no good, and the rebound goes to Britson. Britson across the half-court line. Britson top of the key. Britson spin move in the lane and kicks it out to, well, Burke was about to pull the trigger on another 3. Instead, GHV will take a timeout to get some other guys into the game. We'll see who's coming in for GHV.
Renner, number 22,
Aiden Haw is in. Braden Renner is in.
Number 31.
And Gabrielson is back in for Belmond-Klemme. So there was one other Cardinal that snuck in that I didn't see who it was. And Schleisman is back in. So Gabrielson and Schleisman back in for Belmond-Klemme. GHV had 3 come in, but I only got 2 of them. 14 Renner and 22 Haw are the only ones that I saw check in to the basketball game. 3:06 to play here in the fourth quarter, 61-22. Inbound pass comes to Mason Graham, who was in for the Cardinals. Over to Renner now, a senior for GHV. Getting some time here for the Cards. Mason Graham at the free throw line, back to Renner. 61-22 is the score. Into the corner, Burke. Burke's going to pull the trigger on another 3. No good. Rebound back to Burke. Burke for 2 more. He scores. Burke finds 2 more on a missed jumper, and it's 63-22. 2:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. Franklin top of the key. Franklin with the basketball. Franklin gives it off to Schleisman. Schleisman off to Kern. Kern looking for a screen from Schleisman. Kern still has it. Steps behind the three-point line. Kern right wing to Duran. Duran was looking for a 2-point basket, but good defense by GHV. Now Schleisman has got it. Schleisman has to get rid of it off to Franklin. 10-foot volleyball line. 2:11 to play here in the fourth quarter. 63-22. GHV in the lead, looking to have a rematch with Osage at Osage on Thursday. Osage beat them 69-65 the first time around. We've got a foul called and 2 free throws coming for Gabrielson.
Number 33, Parker
Burke is called for the foul. That'll be his first. And we'll see a free throw coming for Gabrielson. The first free throw on the way is no good. Gabrielson will get a pair. More Cardinals are in.
Number 1, Sam Wood. Number 2, Nathan Roberts. Number 35.
Nathan Roberts is back in. Sloan is back in. Sloan's back in. Roberts is back in. Sam Wood's back in. So it's mainly older guys. We got a whistle, and we're going the other way. Schleisman is going to be called for a foul on the rebound. That'll be his second. And the 4th team foul on the Broncos in the second half. So they go seniors here. Sam Wood is in. Renner stays in. He's a senior. Burke is in. He is a senior. Sloan is in. He is a senior. And Roberts is in. He is a senior. So Cardinals go all 5 seniors back in as a foul will be called against Schleisman. So Schleisman will get called for back-to-back fouls. He's got 3 now. 5th team foul against Belmond-Klemme. Just as I said earlier, there was only 2 fouls against each team, and since then now we have 5 fouls on each team. At the line, this is Wood. Wood hands it off. That's either got to be a foul or a travel there, boys. As Roberts went up with it, came back down with the basketball. He was hacked on his way. Either going to have a foul or a travel. Neither are called. Instead, Belmond-Klemme has the basketball. Schleisman will drive in, and now a travel is going to be called on him.
Number 51.
Across the half-court line, Belmond-Klemme will have to get back on defense. 47 seconds left in the game. Continuous clock is going. Franklin leaves here for BK. Into the Belmond-Klemme lineup are the seniors for the Broncos. Ethan Gurman is a junior. He's in as well. Renner will try for a 2. That's good. Gets a big clap there from the GHV crowd as senior there. Renner getting a 2-point basket for GHV. 65-22, 14 seconds to play in the game. Basketball in the hands of Ben Montenegro. Montenegro, here's a 3 on the way at the buzzer, and it is, oh no, excuse me, we have a couple of seconds left, and Sloan will go the other way. He traveled with the basket. Oh, goodness. Did that basket count? It did. So Sloan brought it across. He was running with it towards the hoop. He wasn't going to shoot it except for he traveled. They missed the travel, and then Sloan ended up scoring as the buzzer went off, and I believe they counted the basket. Goodness gracious. The basket, I think, is going to count. According to the scoreboard, it did count. The officials never indicated whether the basket counted or not, but we're going to go with it. Scoreboard says yes, 67-22 then will be our final score here in Garner tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back in 2 minutes for more basket, or rather for the post game here. GHV Belmond-Klemme, 2 minutes. We'll come back.
Hi, this is Scott Wilson of Wilson Dental. We have been treating our patients' dental needs for almost 50 years, and our philosophy has always been to treat our patients as family. Become a part of our family. Call Wilson Dental in Forsyth for your smile and your healing.
Casey Nielsen Limited, your local John Deere implement in Kanawha, Buffalo Center, Titonka, and Algona.
They carry a large selection of new and pre-owned inventory for your farming operation. When it comes to inspecting your John Deere equipment and providing you precision ag support, Casey Nielsen has the total package to get the job done right.
Visit CaseyNielsen.com and follow them on YouTube.
All of us at Gibson Sweet Print Shop in Britt want to congratulate the West Hancock Eagles on a sweet season and wish you good luck in the playoffs.
We are proud to be from a great community with such great team spirit.
From all of us at Gibson Sweet Print Shop in Britt,
go Big
Holland Company, for City, for Earthmoving, Marco Pruden Metal Buildings, Firebrand, Directional Driller, Demolition, Tire Shop, and more. Call the construction experts at 641-585-2231. Holland Contracting for City, dedicated to making the living of better place, one project at a time.
At Clearlake Bank and Trust, we take great pride in providing excellent service to all of our customers. We offer online and mobile banking services and have added some additional services in our drive-up lanes. We are also happy to serve you from the comfort and safety of your vehicle. Simply pull up, park, and give us a call. Let us take care of your banking needs in the manner that fits you best with Clearlake Bank and Trust Concierge Banking. Member FDIC.
Miller Pharmacy has complete prescription services. Free delivery in town, by mail, along with curbside pickup located at the Mercy One Clinic in Forest City. Miller Pharmacy is also open Saturday mornings and gladly accepts Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Call ahead and your script refill will be ready for you. No need to wait. Miller Pharmacy of Forest City.
Welcome back here on KIOW, live at KIOW.com as Garner Hayfield Ventura's defense picks up in the second half. They allow Belmond-Klemme to just 4 second half points as we went to halftime 31-18, and GHV outscores Belmond-Klemme in the second half 36-4 to win 67-22. Scoring in the basketball game, first of all for Belmond-Klemme, they are led in the game by Franklin, who had 9 points. It was 5 points in the game for Fairman. 2 in the second half. The other 2 points in the second half were scored by Belstini. He ends the game with 2. 3 points in the basketball game for Kraus. 2 points in the game by McMurray. 2 points in the game for Duran. And that's the scoring for Belmond-Klemme, 22 points for them. For Garner Hayfield Ventura, their scoring looks like this. 16 points in the game to lead all scorers is Brandon Banky. 14 points comes out of Drew Britson. 10 points for Parker Burke. And 11 points for Evan Sloan. Those 4 are all in double figures. 8 points tonight for Nathan Roberts. 4 points for Sam Wood. 2 points in the basketball game for Mason Graham, and 2 points in the basketball game by Braden Renner. 67-22. Let's advance our brackets. Our brackets now. Clarion Goldfield Dows will travel Forest City will travel to Clarion Goldfield Dows on a Thursday night. I will have that game for you. 7 p.m. is the start of that game. We're on the air at about 6:45 here on the Forest City video stream and online at KIOW.com. Then on the Osage stream, on the Garner Hayfield Ventura stream is GHV at Osage. It'll also be on the Osage stream as well, as Nolan Peters will have the call of that one. He'll be on the air probably around 6:45 as well for you GHV fans. 7 p.m. is the tip-off with Osage and GHV from Osage High School. The winners of those 2 games will meet up in Clear Lake on the 22nd of February for the district championship matchup. Tomorrow night we'll have Belmond-Klemme girls basketball against Central Springs. Belmond-Klemme girls basketball team at home versus Central Springs. We'll have that game for you tomorrow night right here on KIOW. Wednesday night, I'll be back with you as Forest City will take on Pocahontas area, and we'll go from there as we have a very busy week in store for you of basketball, girls and boys, here on KIOW. And wrestling coverage starts Thursday as the wrestling coverage from Des Moines. Carl Woolridge will be making the trip to Des Moines on Wednesday for Thursday coverage of Thursday, Friday, Saturday coverage of state wrestling from Des Moines this weekend. So we have a ton of sports. You are not going to be lacking sports this weekend. Well, we want to thank our good friend John Jacobs back at the studio for all of his hard work this evening running the boards. Jeremiah was on camera for us this evening. If you heard of business on tonight's broadcast, go out, patronize those businesses, and tell them that you appreciate their support of area high school athletics here in the postseason. We'll see you again on Wednesday night. I'm Zaron Eggestal saying good night from Garner.